right, everyone. Couple technical difficulties this afternoon, but we are live and kicking now for day 4 of the activated training. You are in the right spot. So, welcome to day 4 of Activated. Today is all about dissecting our internal BS. Hope you guys are ready for this training. It is a powerful one. So, I'm going to start by actually pulling a card today from the Goddess deck for all of you for the collective. So, let me shuffle these guys up. I also just looked at everyone who's signed up for these trainings. There's right around 200 of you participating, and it's just so much fun to be here with all of you. So the question I'm going to ask of the cards as you guys jump on is just looking for guidance for all of these empath entrepreneurs tuning in order to create the highest alignment in their life. Okay. So the card is Mother Mary for you guys who can see on video. And this card says, have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. So this is our reminder that the energy that we put out into the world, the manifestations that we desire, the intentions and affirmations that are like little prayers to the universe or to source, to spirit, are being heard and being answered. And one of the most important, often forgotten steps of a manifestation process is that when you're 2 steps away from the finish line, when you're 12 hours from your cart closing, when you're a day away from the deadline that you set for your manifestation or your goal or whatever you want to create in your life, don't give up then. Please don't give up right before the finish line. So this card embodies that energy as well, which is to have faith that your requests are being heard. We have to also be in energetic alignment with them. So trust that you are capable, that you get to receive what you desire, but don't give up right before the finish line. Don't give up right before the buzzer goes off. That makes sense? Okay, so let's dive in now with that being the anchor for our training today is don't give up on yourself. The anchor is expect miracles. The anchor is trust and have faith in your desires, that they are realistic, that they get to happen for you in your life. Okay. So now we've gone through these exercises and they've included getting clear on your message / your niche. The second was all about understanding your unique energy makeup according to human design. The third was considering what kind of leader you want to be in your identity. And today we're taking inventory of our path to success and dissecting our own bullshit that may be standing in the way, whether we like it or not. So I want you to consider the question, why haven't I hit all my goals yet? Why haven't you hit your goals yet? And the reason may be obvious in some instances, and that, well, I haven't taken the action to hit my goal, but maybe you have been taking the action to hit your goal and you still haven't hit it. So I want you to just consider the question, why haven't I hit my goals yet? And in some situations, it's actually a subconscious block. Not everyone loves the word block. I also like to use the word energetic distortion or imbalance within the subconscious. Something's in conflict with you actually receiving that. So the conscious mind says, yes, please, give it to me. I want that. no doubt in my mind. But the subconscious can come in and we don't realize it because that's the whole point. It's subconscious. And there may be something that is actually not in alignment with that goal that, again, consciously you're all amped up and excited about, but subconsciously there's something that is in contradiction to that. So I want you guys to spill it in the comments right now. And I want you to answer, what haven't you specifically achieved that you would like to in your life? What have you specifically not achieved yet that you would like to? And I'm going to be following along and watching your comments as we go throughout today, because it's going to be really helpful if you do put into the comments. I can provide support. I can provide guidance. Okay. I just want to talk to, as you're putting those into the comments, I want to talk to 3 different things that can come up that create subconscious blocks or imbalances or energetic distortions. The first is a limiting belief. And this is a word that floats around pretty frequently in spiritual teachings and self-development world. And a limiting belief is something that we believe to be true for whatever reason. There may be some evidence in our life, but that is not actually true, or that limits us or holds us back from our highest truth in some way. And those limiting beliefs show up in all different flavors and all different categories of our life, like the categories we discussed on yesterday's training. So if there is a limiting belief that I actually cannot be successful, well, then why haven't you hit your goals? Because I have a limiting belief that I can't be successful. The second thing that could be subconsciously blocking you is what's called a secondary gain. A secondary gain is when you set a goal, and again, you're consciously amped up and excited to get, receive, do that thing, but there's, in one way or another, at least one other way, that by not getting that thing, doing that thing, taking that action, you actually benefit, a secondary gain. So if my goal is to launch a business and I haven't, and I'm racking my brain on why I can't just muster up the courage to freaking do it, well, it's worth considering and looking deeper at what secondary gain you might receive from not starting that business. Consciously, I want to launch my own business. Subconsciously, I'm actually benefiting by not starting a business because by not starting that business, am not taking part in as much risky behavior or behavior that would make me have to speak up and use my throat chakra or put my face out on the internet. And I'm protecting myself and I'm staying safe by actually not doing that, even though consciously I'm all gung-ho and I think I want to. The third and final thing that could be happening in the subconscious mind that may be blocking you or creating some imbalances, energetic distortions around you, like standing in the way of you hitting your goal, are underlying commitments. And sometimes there's some similarity and overlap in underlying commitments with the limiting belief or with the secondary gain. An underlying commitment, an example of that would be if your goal was to heal from an illness, like chronic illness, like autoimmune disease, which many of my clients have experience with, and I personally have experience with. When you say, I want to heal, I want to heal, I want to heal, oh my gosh, I'm going to do anything and everything I can to heal. But underneath that is actually a commitment to staying sick, a subconscious commitment to staying sick. Because I'm not saying any of you are consciously waking up and going, this is amazing, I want to stay sick forever. No, I'm sure you're not saying that. But an underlying commitment to staying sick potentially provides a secondary gain. So I consciously want to get healthy, but I have a commitment to staying sick because it gives me extra love and attention that I felt like I was not getting in my life any other way. And so it actually feels really good to get that love and attention. Even though I consciously don't want to be sick, that love and attention feels really fucking good. And so do I really want to heal? I'm actually committed more to the love and attention that outweighs the idea of actually getting healthy. And I know this is really hard for us to confront and to consider. And I had to do all of my own dissecting of bullshit and my own healing path. And I'm not saying that this is the case for everybody, but it's worth looking at if your goal that you consciously desire might have a limiting belief, secondary gain, or underlying commitment that is actually stopping you from achieving that goal, especially if you feel like you have done so many things to try to hit that goal, achieve that thing, feel that way in your life, and you're still not feeling that way. So I'm going to check in with what you guys have shared with me. And I want you again to just let me know what is something that you have not achieved yet that you would like to. I have not achieved the feeling of being comfortable or confident charging for my services. I have not taken the big leap and created and shared my organization business yet. I have a hard time seeing clearly for myself what I want. I have not yet gotten any clients in my business, my coaching business yet, and I've been at it for a year. I'm ready to help people. So that's interesting because there's that conscious, like, I'm ready to help people. Where are they? I'm open for business. So this is going to be super helpful to see if there's any underlying subconscious things that may actually be blocking you unintentionally, of course, blocking you from actually receiving those clients that you do want to help. Some other examples. Let's see. I haven't achieved my money goals doing freelance work. I haven't focused in on what my spiritual role is. April says, ooh, secondary gains is not something that I considered. Yep. Lizzie, I haven't yet achieved getting paying clients. Good. You guys are doing awesome. So some other examples. What have you not yet achieved that you'd like to? I want to write a book, but I haven't yet. I want to start a business, but I haven't yet. I want to launch a podcast, but I haven't yet. I want to start a business Instagram account and step out of my comfort zone out of just sharing dog pictures, but I haven't yet. I want to do my first live video on Facebook, but I haven't yet. So now that you have that, I want you, just for the purpose of this exercise, you'll work with one of these things that you'd like to achieve in your life. And of course, you can go back and you can please do all of them. But for now, you'll just work on one. And I want you to ask yourself, what are my excuses for having not hit this goal yet? Some of you already answered that question. You said, I haven't hit this, but blah, 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 blah. And so you already gave your excuse in the comments, but I want you to consider it again. If I haven't got a paying client yet, what is the reason, the excuse for not having that paying client yet? Because a couple of you said that was your goal. Or if your goal, what was another example? If my goal is to hit a specific a financial goal, why haven't I hit that financial goal yet? What's your excuse for not hitting that financial goal yet? And be really honest with yourself. And this is not to feel shitty. This is to get truthful. And we're going to reprogram it today. So it's really, really helpful to be super raw and honest. If you, let's see, what was Amy says, she had a hard time seeing clearly for herself what she wants. So if you feel like, I want clarity, why haven't I achieved clarity yet? What is the excuse for not achieving clarity yet? Good. Okie doke. So you can also think about this and not just what excuses do I have for not hitting my goal, but also not having a 10 out of 10 in that category of my life, or why haven't I started my business yet? So we talked about the different, 5 or 6 categories we covered yesterday. And within those categories, if your goal is, I want to feel super aligned, 10 out of 10 connected to my soul purpose and passion, but it's a 7 and it's not a 10, or it's a 2 and it's not a 10. Again, why is it not a 10 yet? So what is that excuse? What is that reason why? So now that you've considered it, I want you to also form a sentence that is according to this format. I haven't blank. What is it that you want to achieve that you haven't yet? Put it into the first blank. I haven't blank because blank. The second blank, because blank, is going to be the reason why you feel you have not achieved that thing yet. So I have not started my business because I don't know what I want to do yet, would be an example. I haven't got a paying client yet because I haven't promoted my services yet. I haven't got a paying client yet because I'm afraid of putting myself out there, or I don't know what to charge, or I don't know how to promote myself. This is going to be very custom and unique to whatever the story is and the reason is, the excuse is within your mind and within your story of your life and your reality. So I want you to share those sentences in the chat box. Good. Okay, keep dropping them in there. And then I'm going to ask you to go deeper, because this is likely just the surface of what's going on. So you're going to add another because. I haven't blank because blank, because blank. See if there's an actually a deeper reason behind this. For example, I haven't started my business because I don't know what I want to do yet. That was the first sentence. Well, why don't I know what I want to do yet? I haven't started my business because I don't know what I want to do yet, because I'm afraid whatever I choose won't be the right thing. Okay, interesting. Let's go deeper. I haven't started my business because I don't know what I want to do yet, because I'm afraid whatever I choose won't be the right thing, because I'm afraid of screwing up or failing. Bam. There is a limiting belief. So you're going to take the because blank section of this sentence, which is potentially going to be a very long run-on sentence. It's not being published anywhere. So you're going to keep adding because blank, because blank, because blank, until eventually you see right before your eyes a limiting belief, an underlying commitment, or a secondary gain. Okay? So in this case, I haven't started my business because I don't know what I want to do yet, because I'm afraid whatever I choose won't be the right thing, because I'm afraid of screwing up or failing. What's the actual limiting belief? I'm afraid of failure. I'm afraid of failure. I think I'm going to fail. I don't know if I am capable of success. These are all limiting beliefs. Good. I haven't started my own business yet because I am terrified of taking the risks that no one will care. So I'm just going to play this out as if it were an example. Thank you so much for sharing your truth. This could potentially then be added onto, right? I haven't started my own business yet because I'm terrified of taking the risk, because I'm afraid if I take the risk, I might fail, or because no one will care, because I don't know if what I have to say is important enough. Consider that. Amy says, I haven't achieved clarity on what I want because I'm afraid of the answer. And then you would go deeper. Why are you afraid of the answer? Because blank. Good, good. I haven't reached my financial goals yet because I don't think I'm good enough. You nailed it in the first sentence, Jennifer. You already got your limiting belief right there. I'm not good enough. That's the limiting belief that you're going to work with. Jackie says, I haven't switched careers or started a business because I don't know what I want to do yet. perfect. Like that's just like the example that I shared. So why don't you know what you want to do yet? If you did know what you wanted to do, what would that mean? And consider it from both angles. I haven't gotten any clients yet because I'm not sure who I serve or the best way to help them, because I want to do it all and I'm afraid of picking the wrong thing. Why are you afraid of picking the wrong thing? And some of these are hard questions to ask ourselves, for sure. Why are you afraid of doing the wrong thing? I'm afraid of potentially failure, but maybe even success. I haven't started my business because I am stuck with how to package it and launch it because I want to be perfect before I launch. Ding, ding, ding. There's a limiting belief for you, Chrissy. I feel I need to be perfect, or I believe that what I launch needs to be perfect before I launch it, before I share it with the world. You guys are doing amazing. I haven't prioritized my art business because I'm afraid it's not, quote, worthy or, quote, real work. So there's potentially a limiting belief in there right away, which is I don't believe my work is worthy of financial compensation. But maybe you go a layer deeper and just see what else might surface. So then you would say, because I'm afraid it's not worthy or real work. Why don't you think it's worthy or real work? Because the real work part's interesting. Maybe the story is because I believe work is supposed to be hard, and this is actually just really freaking joyful for you. All right, next step. So you have your sentence, and at the end, after X number of becauses, however many becauses it took you to get there, I want you to now write out the limiting belief, underlying commitment, or secondary gain in a sentence. Most of you, we discovered limiting beliefs, and that is going to be the case. Within the limiting belief, there could also be secondary gain, there could also be underlying commitment, but it's most simple to work with a limiting belief here. So in my example, I said, I am afraid of failure. Okay. So you're going to write that out in one sentence, and then you're going to write out a new belief that you would like to install. So consider, sometimes it's super simple. It's literally the exact opposite of what you don't want in the limiting belief. Other times it might take on a little bit of a different flavor or quality. So in this case, the limiting belief, I am afraid of failure. I think I'm going to fail. The new belief might be, I trust myself to create a niche that inspires me, and I give myself permission to evolve as I grow. Feels a lot better, doesn't it? So, what is the new belief that you would like to install? It could also be really simple. I'm afraid of failure. I think I'm going to fail. The new belief could be, I am worthy of success. I am capable of success. Looking more at just the direct opposite. So, Kira, I just read your comment. Nailed it. Yep. Okay, so I want you to post now in the comments your new belief that you want to install. So you have the limiting belief that you may or may not have been consciously aware of. Maybe you knew you held on to this belief, but you had no idea that belief was actually why you hadn't hit this specific goal that we started with in today's training. My guess is most of you are not going to be so surprised in the limiting belief that comes up, but it's going to be an aha moment that belief is actually what's stopping you from the thing you desire. Whereas, again, today's all about dissecting our bullshit and realizing our excuses. And our excuses are oftentimes very surface level. Again, let's use the example I shared. I haven't started my business, but I want to start a business. Well, why haven't I started my business? Because I don't know what to do. Well, that's a very, very surface excuse. I don't know what to do is really not a very good excuse for not starting a business yet. If you actually desire to do that. If you have no interest, then sure, like that wouldn't even be part of this exercise. But underneath, I don't know what to do, ended up being a fear of failure. And that might not have been consciously in my awareness around why I haven't actually started a business. Okay. And all of these limiting beliefs are healable. We know with both neurogenesis and neuroplasticity in our brains that we are fully capable at any age, of rewiring our brains and creating new or changing neural pathways in the mind to support what we want, what our desires are. How would you rephrase being afraid I am not enough? So if the limiting belief is I am not enough, then the desired belief or the more positive belief that you'd like to install could be I am worthy, I am capable, I am smart, I am enough. Literally just I am enough. I am whole, complete, and loved. Whatever feels best for you, April. Good. Some of you are also sharing your positive beliefs you'd like to install. Jennifer says, I have value and talent that is worth sharing with others. Drum roll. Yes. Hell yes. Amen. Amy says, I am smart and have what it takes. Yes. You guys should all like each other's. Everyone should like each other's new positive beliefs. I am enough. Yes. Oh, Amy said the same thing I did to you, April. Good. I am empowering and compassionate. I am capable of creating space for myself and others. I trust my word. Yes. Okay. So now that you have the new belief, I want you to practice every time that old excuse, surface level excuse comes up. I want you to realize this is just an old program that is resurfacing. And I'm aware of this now. I consciously choose that new belief that I set for myself. I want you to share, if you have not already, both of those below. That is required if you're entering the scholarship. And I want you to remind you all that the $200 off of Empath Entrepreneur Academy ends on Wednesday night, April 15th. And I encourage you to use the same process with your decision around joining the Academy. So for example, I haven't signed up for the Empath Entrepreneur Academy yet because, why aren't you in here, sister? I haven't signed up yet because I'm nervous about investing in myself. Okay, why? I'm nervous in investing in myself because I'm not sure if my business will be profitable and I'll make my money back. Why? Because I question whether I really know enough. Limiting belief, I don't know enough. New belief, I am highly resourced, capable, and intelligent. Investing in this course will also give me all the tools I need to make my business profitable. Amen. Hallelujah. So trust yourself, your highest self. I want you to really lean in and practice silencing your ego. Your ego is not bad. It's there to protect you and keep you safe. But there are moments when we're allowed to turn it off and silence it. So silence your ego for a moment so that you can see your truth and make the decision that is in the highest alignment for you. And I don't know what that is. Only you know what that is. But I will say that free stuff and free trainings and free downloads and free ebooks and all that only gets you so far. Those who leap and those who leap before the net appears see the biggest results, the fastest results, the most exponential miracle style results that we saw in the card Mother Mary today, which is expect miracles. Trust, trust, trust. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. So if your heart is saying, I really want to be in this container, it feels like it's going to feel really good inside, but I'm scared. Why are you scared? I'm scared because I don't feel like I have enough money. Why don't you feel like you have enough money? Because I have X dollars in my bank account. Okay. And what is the fear around having X dollars in your bank account? Well, I don't know if there's going to be more in my bank account. Okay. Why don't you know if there's going to be more in your bank account? Because I don't trust money. There's a limiting belief. I can't trust money. So play with yourself in the context of your decision and your mind and what thoughts are coming up for you, and question whether these are actually your truth, your highest self coming through and speaking to you, or if it's the egoic part of you that's trying to keep you small and safe and protected in your little shell. And 2020 is not a time to stay in our little shells anymore. It is a time to rebirth and grow and step into our power as light leaders and empowered empaths on this freaking planet. All right, that's all for today. I love you all. I want you to really keep those limiting beliefs in your consciousness and your awareness to know when they're popping up, and to catch yourself, really catch yourself, because when you start to become more aware of your patterns, you can break your patterns. And then the goals are going to start to become, you're going to start to receive those goals into your life much faster, much easier, guaranteed. I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 5 of our activated training.